Hello and welcome to this Haas Studio walkthrough. Now tucked away in a warehouse here in Southern California, Haas has actually built a little studio and we're going to show that to you right now. This is where a lot of our videos are made. Now right here to my left, I've got the star of our lathe certification videos. Behind me, I've got our VF3SS, which has been in a lot of the TOD, tip of the day videos, how-tos. And over here, I've got something new. It is our UMC 500 SS, and I'd like to show you a little bit more about the studio. This entire place was built for one sole purpose, to make videos for our users. So let's get right to it and we'll show you around. We are back over here at our lathe, and something I think that every new Haas lathe owner should see on the very first day, if you've got a sub spindle like this machine does, is the part handoff, because it's just really cool to watch this guy move from here to here. If you've got a DS lathe or an SD20 with a sub, you gotta see it. I'm gonna go ahead and press the button here and we'll watch this guy run. It's a little loud. We'll watch this guy run through. Take a look inside the window there. And so what's really cool about this part handoff is it only takes a couple lines of code. So that was awesome, right? Watching that part handoff. We'll also be putting into that same video how to synchronize the spindles, and that'll be cool to watch as well. And if you don't want to miss out on any of these upcoming how-to videos that Haas is publishing, subscribe to the Haas YouTube channel. You don't want to miss anything. Now, as part of my job, I get to see all the fun new stuff just as it comes out. And sometimes that's new machines, and sometimes that's just a new feature or enhancement on the control itself. And so this is what I was working on today before we started filming, so I thought I would just kind of fill you in on what I was working on. And it might be easiest to show this with a little whiteboard. So what they've done is they've added G17, G18, and G19 graphics to the control graphics button. So now if I press graphics, I can press 1, 2, or 3, and I can see the G17 plane, the G18 plane, or the G19 plane. So I've got a part set up I was just playing with. And if I run this outside of graphics, it's going to come in and just machine cutting air, a little circle, half circle, in the G17 plane. And it machined it. Now if I went to graphics, I could see that drawing like this. Now in the past, you might have had a hard time seeing exactly what's happening in a different plane. Now it's not machining this, it's machining it like this. The tool is actually coming up and over. And finally in the G19 plane, the same arc, but it's being cut this way along the YZ axis. So now we can proof this all out in graphics and see exactly what's happening. It's kind of cool, it's worth taking a look at. And we'll go and show you that same type of thing on our UMC in just a minute. But I would just mention, I'm gonna kill that machine, it's a little loud. I would just mention that this is really cool for our Haas lathes that we were talking about. I've got another demo part that I was running over there. I have another one here. And so this is a part that I'm running on the Haas lathe right now. We're doing some stuff for G70, 71 cycles coming up for tip of the day. And again, subscribe to the Haas YouTube channel. You don't want to miss these videos. And I'm going to come in with a step drill and just poke some holes, chamfer at the same time. But oftentimes we're coming in and we're milling these features. And so now, if I'm coming in with an axial tool, that's the G17 plane. We can just watch that run in graphics. Again, radial, G19 plane in the YZ axis, we can watch that run. So it's kind of a cool little feature, and I get to see it first here, and it's in the latest machine, so you can check that out yourself. That's the VF3 machine that you've seen in a lot of videos. And as I work my way across the room in our beautiful studio that they've given us, we'll see our video wall. And this guy was set up, this entire corner of the studio was set up for a recent shoot that we did on HaasTooling.com. Haas is selling all kinds of tools. They've got an entire group of machinists working on it nonstop, making a lot of chips, checking tools, and they're stocking parts, whole shelves full of parts. In fact, we're in the warehouse that stocks those parts right now. Let's go ahead and we'll take a break from the studio. Let's walk on over and see if our guys are in the HaasTooling.com warehouse side of things. So this is where it all happens. Usually I'm by myself. But now I'm over here on the HaasTooling.com side of the warehouse where they've got everything set up. And so Eric's over there packing vices for shipment. We've got rows and rows of tooling ready to be shipped off. We've got tool holders, an entire tool crib back there full of inserts, this type of stuff. And so this is growing, growing, growing. This is gonna be a bigger and bigger part of our business. So be sure to check out HaasTooling.com for more on that. But for now, you've seen this side of the warehouse, which happens to be in the same building as the studio. Let's walk on back and we're gonna check out that UMC 500. So that's HaasTooling.com, check it out. Now over here is our UMC 500 I was talking about. And again, I get to play with this stuff every day. And I was excited today, I was running a proof program that I just did for a demo. And I just broke this machine down. But what I was looking at today was something on the screen having to do with this part that we made. It's just a little 5-axis part that we had put together for a demo for some other video we shot a few weeks ago. And we got all kinds of stuff coming up, DWO fixtures, how to set things and probe. But this program that was already in the machine that I ran, it was run and the control gave me all this data. Now you might not have this on your Haas machine today, unless you just bought the machine very recently, because this is the latest version of software. But what you've got here is a new screen on the new software. It's under current commands, tools, and tool usage, and it shows you everything that's going on in this program. It does a time study for you each and every time you run a program. You can see how much time that end mill spent in the cut, how much time it spent wrapping, what percentage of the program that tool was involved in as far as the whole program goes, and that's good information. Once the thing is actually pieced together and it's run, if you didn't program it completely in a CAM system, you can go back, look at this tool usage page, and you can decide, look, this tool 6 is taking up an inordinate amount of time in this program. That's the tool I've got to fix to make this program run faster. So all this great information now in the Haas control. And just like we showed you before, looking at graphics, if I was gonna run this exact same program in graphics, that picture right there is this part I just ran, looking at it from the top down, G17 view, number 1, G17. If I press 2, that's what the part looked like from the side view, G18, and number 3, that's what it would look like from the other side. But you can see what's going on here and how we're constantly just adding little convenient things to the control to make things easier for us. Well, so that's what I'm doing today. That's what I was doing before the camera showed up. I'll show you where else I work and live. If I'm over here in the studio and not back at the factory in Oxnard, I usually set up my computer here, and that works out pretty good. I'll sit here, proof programs on my simulator, and it looks like my simulator is low on coolant. I'll be sure to fill that up later. And this is my toolbox, which I've had forever. This toolbox actually has a lot of meaning for me in that the first shop that I ever worked at, this bottom box was a gift. I had worked all weekend on some hot parts for a company that built machines to analyze DNA. And we got the job done, we got the parts out the door. My boss knew that I went above and beyond, and he bought this base Kennedy box for me. And so every time I did a big job, he would give me another piece to my tool set, and then I bought the extensions and the top box and this type of thing. And the last thing here on my bench here is my thermos with ice in it that's lasted all day from HaasTooling.com. It's actually a very nice cup. It's got my handle on it that fits on all my thermoses. The last thing I'd like to show you before we let you go is my junk drawer. So in this storage unit, I've got stored a bunch of the props that we've used over the years in the tip of the day videos. So I'm gonna open this guy up, and this is my junk drawer. And so in case these things come back up over time, we just left them here. So we use this tractor in our speed and feed video. You can check that out. This is our snow plow when we made the fake snow in the tapping video. We just put out a video a couple months ago on G1, G2, G3. And in fact, looking at this G17, G18, G19 function, we should show you how to make an arc in the G18 and G19 plane. I would use that quite often working on engine blocks when I had to make an oil notch there and a groove on a main bearing journal. So that's a good topic for a video that'll come back up later. This one right here, the way this Little eagle balances on that tip. That was going to be used for a TCPC video that hasn't come out yet. Oh, over here's kind of cool. We've got these guys, which were fun. This was all from our tapping video as well. Of course, we've got our masks that we hand out here. We're all socially distancing here at the factory with our hand sanitizer. And that is about it for here. Let's head back over to the mill. Well, we're back here at the bench, the listed cabinet here, which I'm very comfortable in front of for all of our tip of the day videos. I just want to say thank you for letting us be a part of your success and for watching this Haas studio tour. Take care, guys.